tutorial, I've created the right foot control, which was basically a circle here, and I've scaled it to look or resemble a foot. And what we're going to do at the outline of a foot. So what we're going to do is we're going to add attributes to this, and we're going to create a relationship between this and the groups that you've created here already with the IK handles. So what we're going to do is I would go into the attributes editor and add an attribute to this. Now you're going to give it a name, going to give it a minimum, a maximum, and default 0. So the first name, we're going to add a number of these. We're going to add 4. So the first one's going to be ball lift, and the minimum is going to be -10, maximum 10, and default 0. I'm going to add that attribute. The next one we're going to do is we're going to do a toe lift. I'm going to do exactly the same, -10, maximum 10, and the default 0. I'll add another one, and then I'm going to do toe roll. Toe roll. We want that in the Z axis. Again, -10, 10, 0. Add this, and then we're going to do the last one, which is toe roll. We're going to have that in the Y direction, and then we're going to have minimum is -10, maximum is 10, default is 0, and add that. I'm just going to close this down, and we're going to have a look in the channel box here. Control A, select the foot control that we've named our right foot control, and then you'll see at the bottom of the attributes you'll see ball lift, toe roll Z, and toe roll Y. So these are the new attributes that you've created, and you're going to create a relationship between these and the groups from the IK handles. So the first one we're going to have a look at, we're going to have the ball lift. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the animation, and we're going to do set driven key. So I'm going to set that. First of all, we've got a driver and a driven. So the driver is going to be loaded, that's your foot control. I'm going to load that, and then I'm going to look for the right ball lift. So there's the right ball lift, that's the group. Select that and load the driven. Now what I'm going to do now is go into the right foot control, go down to the ball lift, and we're going to have a relationship between these. So I've selected that, selected the ball lift, I've got the right ball lift group, and then I want to have a relationship between that and the rotate X. So here's the rotate X here. Now in here we should have the ball lift, select that in the channel box, so everything's connected. So you've got your foot control with the ball lift and the channel box, we've got the ball lift group with the IK handles, and we're going to have a relationship between that and the rotate X. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go into, I'm going to key that at 0 first of all, and that's flat, there's no change to it. So then I'm going to go into the foot control, and then I'm going to go into the attributes, and I'm going to make it the -10. So that was the minimum, and so what I'm going to do there is I'm going to load the ball lift here, and you'll see in the channel box we've got the rotate X. It's already looking for a relationship. It's gone peach here, so it's looking for, it's already been keyed, and we're going to set another key on it. Now if I use the actual rotation tool here, let's see, when I key it, if I move it, it goes back in the minus, and it goes forward in the plus. And these we're going to have T at the moment. So we're in +10, we're going to rotate it back, we'll say about -30 should be enough. And then I'm going to go back here, and we're going to key that. And then we're going to go back to the foot control, and then we're going to go back to 10, we're at minus 10, we've done 0, so we're going on to 10, which was the maximum. And then what we're going to do is we go into the actual driven, and we're going to key this at 30. And then I'm going to key it. So that's the for the highest point it's going to be. So now I'm going to go into, I would check it, so I'm going to go back into the foot control. I'm going to go into the ball lift, and then what I'm going to do is take my middle mouse button and I'm going to move it backwards and forwards. So it goes down minus 10 to here, and then 0, it should be level, and then 10, it's rising. So that's good. I'm just going to reset it at 0 and click off it. That's it flat. Now I'm going to go into the next one, which I'm going to go into the toe lift. So what we're going to do is we're going to, you've already loaded the driver, and the foot control is going to be the driver throughout. So I'm going to go into the toe lift. So let's see, toe lift here. We're going to load the driven on that one. So it's a toe lift that we're going to do next. And then we're going to do exactly the same. So we're going to have the toe lift here in the driver, the foot control toe lift. We're going to have the toe lift group, and we're going to have that on rotate X. And what we're going to do with that is we're going to do go into the channel box. We're going to create this relationship again. So we go into the foot control, we go into the toe lift, and what we're going to do is we're going to set there's 0, just checking everything. Foot control, toe lift, rotate X, which is fine, it's exactly what we want. And we're going to have everything keyed at 0. So here we go, key it. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here and I'm going to do minus 10. And then I'm going to go into the driven. And into the driven, we're going to make this about 25. And then I'm going to key that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the foot control, and then we're going to go to 10. We'll go into the driven, and then we're going to go minus 25. Key. So this is to allow the foot to move and rotate as you're going to be doing it while it's walking. These are controllers that will help you to do your walk cycles. So that's completely completed. So let's see. I'm going to go into the toe lift. I'm going to use the middle mouse button, and I'm going to go up and down. So it goes down, minus, and then 0, and then up, which is what we're looking for. So next one, I'm going to 0 that one out, and I'm going to go back to the foot control. Now in the foot control, we're going to go to the toe roll, and in the toe roll, it remains exactly the same. It's a toe lift group, only this time it's going to be rotating on the Z axis. So we click the Z axis for the toe roll Z, which helps you remember everything. And what we're going to do with this one is we're going to highlight it here in the channel box. It's at 0, everything's zeroed out, so I'm just going to key that. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go into the toe lift group again, and we're going to go into the Z, and at the Z, sorry, we're going to go back to the foot control, and we're going to go here into 10, and then we're going to go up to the toe lift, and then we're going to, under rotate Z, you're going to do minus, we've done 10, so we're going to do minus 20. And key that, and then I'm going to go back to the foot control. We've done 10, so I'm going to go to minus 10, and then I'm going to select the actual driven, and then we're going to go minus 10, so I'm going to put in here, I'm going to put 20, and then I'm going to key it, and then I'm going to just check it here in the channel box, select the toe roll, and then I'm going to move it backwards and forwards, and it goes down and then comes up. Minus 10. Now you can't see it from the sides. Let's go forward a little bit. You see it tilting. If I go close in, you'll see these handles from the IK handle. You'll see that they're moving down, they're rolling inwards and back. And that's exactly what you want. I'm just going to zero that out. And then I'm going to go into the toe roll. So toe roll Y is the last one that you need to do. So I'm going to go into toe roll Y and zero that out. So we've got, it's still exactly the same foot control, toe lift, except you're going to go into here, toe roll Y, and we're going to change this on the Y, rotate Y. So we're all keyed, we're all selected in each point within the set driven key menu and in the toe roll Y. I'm just going to key that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to again put 10 here, and we're going to go into the driven, and in the driven I'm going to go into the rotate Y, and we're going to do 20 this time. Now it's not minus 20, it's 20. It's slightly different from the others. And then I'm going to key this, and then we're going to do go back to the foot control. I'm going to go select this one, and then we're going to go minus 20. We're still in rotate Y, select the driven, and then what we're going to do is in the Y attribute we're going to do minus 20, and you are going to key that. So you'll see when you go back to the foot control and you select the toe roll, it's not working, which is a bit of a pain. The toe roll should work and it doesn't. So I'm just going to have a look in the attributes of this. I'm going to go Control A, and I'm going to go into the attributes, and I'm going to edit the attributes. And I'm just going to check there's a ball lift, minus 10, and the maximum is 10. Toe roll, minus 10, maximum is 10. Toe roll Y, minus 10, maximum is 10. Minus 10, toe roll Y, everything's fine here. So that's my first check. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into the foot control and the channel box. So I'll go Control A here so that we can get the channel box up. We're going into toe roll Y. I'm going to zero it out, and it's fine. So we'll go here. It should be the toe lift, toe roll Y, and it should be rotate Y, and it should be in the foot control. We've got everything zeroed out. I've keyed. I'm just going to rekey it, and then I'm going to go into the foot